Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. I hope you're doing good and taking good care of yourself. Well, today I'm going to talk about a very common problem which we all English learners face in our lives. We hesitate to speak in English, right? We all have faced this problem of hesitation. We have to speak in English. We should practice English speaking. We do it on our own. We are fine with it. We are very confident of speaking in front of the mirror, in front of the camera, or self-talk. But when we go outside to speak to people in English, we lose our confidence and we start hesitating, right? We don't open our mouth and we don't speak at all. So let's find out why this happens to us, why we hesitate to speak in English. Today I'm going to discuss this so that you can start correcting it. In this video, I'm going to talk about the problems and solutions about why we hesitate to speak in English. Of course, this is a problem and we are going to come up with solutions also, how to overcome it. So stay tuned, stay connected and watch my entire video to know more. Well guys, I am your communications coach. I have 10 plus years of experience in HR. I train professionals and students on soft skills, business English, communication skills, overall personality development, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently and to master this skill. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section and don't forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost and access to all the amazing content on this channel. So do you face the problem of hesitation? Do you hesitate to speak in English in front of people? Do you start thinking whether I should speak with this person or not? When you hear the other person speaking very good English, very fluent English, we lose our confidence and we stop ourselves to speak in English, right? Does that happen to you? It has happened to me as well. I am not an exception, guys. But the only difference between you and me is I have overcome this, or rather I try to overcome this every single day and I've managed to. So today I'm going to talk about how you can manage to overcome this problem and start speaking English fluently and confidently. Let's get started. So why we hesitate to speak in English? The number one problem with us is knowledge. Yes, guys. I think, the points which I am going to mention here is something which you would have not heard it ever before. Trust me on this. But these are actual practical reasons why we hesitate in speaking. And you will, of course, agree with me by the end of the video. So the first problem is knowledge, or rather lack of knowledge. Now, when we are not confident of any topic, we hesitate to speak. Till date, if I don't know anything about a topic, I prefer not to speak on it. Okay, trust me, this is my personal experience I'm sharing. I don't prefer to speak on that topic. It's the same with all of us. If we don't have knowledge on any topic, we find it very difficult to speak on it. It's just the same when you are in a group discussion or you are in an interview or you have been asked any question in your exams and you don't know the answer. It's the same situation we are in here, right? So this situation is nothing different. We can compare the situation with the examples which I just gave. So that is why the first thing you have to work on is gain as much knowledge as you can on different topics. Okay, so if you start knowing things, if you start listening about different topics, on different topics, if you start reading, if you start watching things, if you start talking to people on different subjects, different topics, you will start gaining more and more knowledge. So that is why whenever anything you come across, whenever we speak on anything, any general topic, basic topics which we speak on every single day, collect those topics. It's very simple, guys. Whether it is your mother tongue or English, whichever language it is, the topics are the same. If you're talking to your friend or colleague in your mother tongue on any topic, the same topic you could have spoken in English, right? So you have to collect those topics. Collect those topics, start working on it, gain more knowledge on it, how you can talk about it, right? And start practicing. Once you start building up your knowledge, once you start practicing how to put your ideas across in a structured way, it will be much easier for you to speak. You will never hesitate. Trust me on this. Take it from me. Now, simple, what all topics I am talking about? Topics as simple as your hobbies, your free time activities, your daily routine, your likes, your dislikes, your weekend plan. How was your day like? How are things with you? How was your holiday? How was your vacation? How was your picnic? Etc. etc. Anything. How was your shopping experience? How was the restaurant food? How was the food? How was the movie? These are very simple basic topics which we talk about every single day with our family, friends, colleagues, strangers, anybody, right? We ask reviews, we ask feedbacks, right? In offices, we talk about the project, work-life balance, pressure, job pressure, lots of things. So these are very common basic topics we can collect, and we can start collecting some knowledge on it, right? Or collecting our ideas on it and start structuring it to speak on it. Once we start doing it, it will be very easy for us to speak on it, right? Now, when I talk about how was the movie, or what is your hobby, or how was the food, these topics are very simple. You might think that, why I'm asking you to collect knowledge on it, or, do some research or read about it or listen to things. It's not that easy, guys. When you're talking about hobby, or you're talking about food, or you're talking about movie, in English, there are certain vocabularies related to these different topics. You can't generalize everything. You can't speak about a movie, yeah, the movie was great and it was fun to watch, and the people who were in the movie were very good, acted pretty good. You can't say that. You have to use certain vocabularies to speak about the movie, right? You can also say the story was amazing. The cast of the movie was quite impressive. The climax of the movie was very interesting, right? So you have to use these words: climax, cast, story, plot, etc. etc. So that is how you will be able to describe that thing very well. Okay, that is why I'm saying knowledge is very important. Whether you have to build your vocabulary, whether you have to know a little more about how you can describe that thing, if you can listen to other videos or anything else on how to describe your experience, right? So you have to do all these homeworks before speaking in English. Once you're very confident about the subject, trust me, you will be able to give your 100% and you will be able to deliver. Trust me on this. Start working on small topics and you will see the difference. So this is the first thing I would recommend. And this is the challenge as well. This is a problem and this is the solution. How to overcome this problem of knowledge, right? The second one is self-confidence. Yes, confidence play a very important role in whatever we do. I hope you are aware of that, right? It is a very powerful tool. It is a very powerful skill which we all need to develop within us. But overconfidence is not. So we have to be very clear about this. We should not be overconfident. We have to build our self-confidence, but we should never be overconfident. That will again kill us. Okay, so anyways, I'm not talking about overconfidence right now. I'm just talking about how to boost up your self-confidence so that you don't hesitate to speak in English. Now, the problem here is when we go out, speak to people, for example, we have sufficient knowledge about that subject, we have to start a small talk. We know how we can do it, how we can manage it. I have certain topics which I have already prepared and I know I can speak on it. And when I go and approach that person and I hear him or her, and the first thing which strikes me is, oh wow, he's so fluent in English. Will I be able to match? Will I be able to speak with him? That is the first thing which comes to our mind. Oh, I won't be able to speak with him. And then what we start thinking is, if I start speaking broken English, if I start fumbling, what will he think of me? Right? Or what will others think of me? So we start thinking about all these things and we lose our confidence. Right? So that is why self-confidence is very important here. If you have to speak in English, you have to build your self-confidence. If the other person is also very fluent in English, you should start taking it as an advantage that you will learn something from him or her. Right? You're fortunate enough that you have got an opportunity to speak to a native speaker or a person who is very fluent in English. And you will learn the way he speaks or she speaks probably. So you have to focus on the conversation and not on your faults or your problems. Right? So if you've got an opportunity to speak to somebody, make up your mind that I have to take advantage of the situation. I have to take advantage of this opportunity. I have to speak with the person so that I get to learn how to speak in English. Right? When you're talking to somebody who is better than you, you will get to learn a lot. Right? That is why when our teachers teach us, they have a lot of knowledge on that particular subject. And that is why we go to them to learn. Right? And that is why they teach us. So here also we have to understand that we have limited knowledge on that subject or we are not very good at this thing. So that is why we are getting an opportunity to learn it from the other person who is good at it, right? Who is very fluent in English. So when I go and speak to somebody who is very fluent in English, I might learn a lot from him or her. Like how you start saying, how to say, what should be your body language, how the person is conveying the idea. So you get to learn a lot. So instead of thinking that, I won't be able to speak or I won't be able to match up with him or her, or I'll make fun of myself in front of him or her, stop thinking all these things. Instead of this, start thinking that you are going to learn from that person, right? And of course you will definitely learn something new, so that you can implement it next time. So you have to be confident enough to challenge yourself, speak in English with people. Once you master this thing, it will definitely be very easy for you to speak with anyone, anywhere, on any topic. So gain knowledge on subjects, and then be confident about yourself. You have knowledge. So 50% battle you have won. You will be able to speak, but it's just that by hearing him or her, you just lost your confidence because you're not very sure about yourself, right? That is the reason why you are hesitating. So if you master that, the confidence, definitely you will be able to deliver. So knowledge plus confidence is a deadly combination, guys. Master these two skills and you will see the difference. The third and the last one is we have this fear of making mistakes, right? We fear that when we'll speak in English, we'll make mistakes, right? This is another thing which stops us from speaking in English or speaking to the other person in English. This is a big fear which we have in ourselves, like the fear of making mistakes. Guys, one thing I'm going to tell you, nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Me too. I also make mistakes. I'm also a human being. You are also a human being. Don't put this pressure of being perfect. Nobody in this world is perfect and nobody can speak correct English. Right? Whatever English you're speaking, if you're confident in speaking, if you are able to translate your ideas to the other person or you are able to put your ideas across to the other person, that's it. You are absolutely fluent and good in English. There are lots of people who have different accents in English. There are lots of people who speak slow English, who speak fast English. There are different types of categories of English speakers. You go to the internet, find out, you will see how people speak in English. But that doesn't mean that they should not speak, right? There's no right accent, there's no right fluency, there's no right or correct English. You just have to keep this in mind. Don't worry about making mistakes. If you start worrying about making mistakes, you will not be able to do it. Whenever we give exams, whenever we start our professional life, or whatever we start our business, or whatever we do, the first day when we start something or we are put on something to work on, do you think we can do it 100% right? No, we will not. In fact, with 10-15 years of experience also, it might happen that you might not be able to do it 100% right. You know the trade, you are master of that, but still you might make some mistakes, which is very obvious. So that is why there's nothing called perfect English or correct English. Whatever English you are speaking, if you're confident enough, you are able to put your ideas across, that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Get this fear of speaking wrong English or fear of making mistakes while speaking in English. Just put it out of your mind. We all make mistakes and we can correct ourselves, right? We can correct ourselves. If we have made some mistake today, maybe tomorrow I'll remember that and I'll not make that mistake again. That should be your idea or intention. If you keep your mind open, if you keep your thoughts open and eyes and ears open, it is definitely going to help you. You will realize where you have made mistake and probably next time you will correct it. And in this way, you will improve every single day. So don't worry about making mistakes. You will learn from your mistakes, right? So next time when you're going to speak to somebody in English, if you're getting this thought of fear of making mistakes, just convert it to I'll learn from my mistake. I'll focus on my conversation, and if I'll make any mistake, I'll correct it the next time, right? So this should be your attitude, your intention. If you just switch it from fear of making mistakes to learning from your own mistakes, it is really going to help you. You will not need anybody's help in correcting you or in learning to speak English. So guys, these are the 3 points which I wanted to put across to you so that next time when you hesitate to speak in English, just try to work on these areas and you will see the difference. You will definitely improve in your speaking skills and you'll be able to speak to people in English anywhere, anytime, on any topic. Trust me on this. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching and keep exploring. See you, bye-bye and take care.